Hello, everyone logging on right now. Back in my dining room. So we've got a pretty hefty group. I just wanted to make sure I signed on and made sure everyone could hear and see. Hello to everyone just logging on. I've got a, I'm so excited about this one. I have to tell you guys about this webinar. So before I share all my excitement, I'll give it a minute or so, make sure everyone is logged in. Hello, everyone logging on. Good morning-ish, I guess. Hope you're having nicer weather than Cleveland, which is, of course, gray. All right, so, hey, Tracy. Hello, everyone. All right, I'm only 1 cup of coffee in. This will go at a great pace. I am so excited about this class today, actually. So thank you. I always try to look nice, at least from the waist up for these. So let me tell you what I've got in store. So for those of you who know me, this probably doesn't sound too off base, but so last night I'm sitting there and I'm laying in bed and I'm like, okay, what else can I do? Do I have my agenda? And I'm sure you are all realtors, so you do this too. You're laying there and you're not sleeping because you can't turn your mind off. And I thought of all these great ideas to really take this to the next level. So I actually texted myself, I told Siri to text me to remind me to do all of these things. So I'm really excited to share with you guys some things that's gonna happen today. For those of you who are just joining and missed the first session, does not matter one bit. We just called it part 1, part 2, because it's just dividing the set of tools in half. And this class is about all the newer tools. So this is Hanna Presentations, isn't the newest, but newer. Open to close, Real Scout, Engage, and Buy Side. And I'm going to show you how to really take those tools to the next level. And I guess we'll just kind of get started. As always, if you have a question, please leave the question in the Q&A. That way I can get back to it later. This will be recorded. I know that question usually comes up. This will be recorded. It will be put on YouTube by the end of the day today. So you will all have access to it. And I think it's time to get going. So the first thing on our agenda, if you were paying attention to anything I posted on Facebook or Instagram, we are going to go over how to do a template in your Hanna presentations. So we're just going to get started. All right. So a few things about what you can do for your Hanna presentation. So this one, I hope you have your notes out and ready. I'm going to tell you some templates that you can create. So one, you definitely want to create a buy-side template to be able to prospect for sale by owner, expired, and even co-broke listings. I would make a presentation about your neighborhood, maybe have one about if you do a lot of business in one area, maybe have one about the neighborhood, put some school information in there, you know, what's it close to, maybe some neighbor testimonials about how much they like the neighborhood. I would do a presentation template for a buyer. If there are managers on this, I would do one about recruiting for sure. And I'm going to show you some great things you can do on adding video and iframes to your presentation. Everyone could make an about me presentation, and I think you should, and be able to share that in your on your website and in your signature. And then the last one, and the one that I'll probably do today, just because I know it's the easiest for everyone to get to, is making a template for virtual real estate, for everything that's happening during COVID-19. So I'm going to click on my Hanna Presentations. All right, and here are some presentations that I've already created, but we are just going to go in and make a new one. So I'm going to click Create New. And in this case, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. I'm just going to do a non-listing because I'm going to do one for virtual real estate. So I'm showing this one first. We're going to do a seller one for buy side, but I want to show this one first so that everyone is aware where they can find all of these great supplemental materials that Howard Hanna has for you. So I always do the no template because there's not much going on my agent profile page because I'm in as like a manager self. So if you have your agent profile filled out, you probably want to pick this template. I'm going to click no template. And you can save this presentation. You can edit it back and forth. So we can just create one for individuals. But if you wanted to send this to people, maybe out of town buyers who aren't in the area, some things that you're able to do for them. So we've got nothing going on here. The easiest way to start this is just going to the brokerage pages. So I'm going add page, add from library. And you're going to see all of these options over here. So the report pages, those are going to show up when you do a seller or a buyer packet with an MLS ID or address in it. So these are things that are actually pulling listing data from your MLS. The partner pages, I had an agent actually ask me, what if I wanted to give someone just some of the buy side pages without sending them the whole BMA from buy side? The partner pages are those, click on it here. Well, I'm clicking on it. Oh, there we go. All right. So these are all those buy side pages that you can just send to someone individually if you want, or add it to your seller page. And then you're going to see under custom pages, if you've never done much or if you haven't uploaded any pages in your Hanna presentations, you're not going to have much going on under my pages. That's where we're going to spend the majority of the time after I show you all of the brokerages pages, because there's so many great things you can do in Hanna presentations that I don't think people are aware of. So under brokerage pages, you're going to see all of these different options. The packet that, or the folder that says new, these are all the updated ones so that when you actually look on like a tablet, it's the correct size. So I can click on new, and the ones that I really like, the FAQs and some of the marketing ones and financial services. I use those the most. So I can click through here and, you know, pick any of these that I want to add to my template. So we said we were doing one, I was going to do one for COVID and virtual. So not many of these are going to work, but we'll look at a few. So you can click on one of these to get an idea of what the page is. So this is just me previewing it. Excuse me. If I want to, I can add it up here where it says add, or I can just close out of it. It's an easy way just to kind of check it out. All right. So getting started, this might be fun for like a buyer packet. If I like it, I click add. And you're going to notice it's in the web view. This is the smaller version that's meant for like a tablet, or if you send the URL. If I wanted to look at the PDF, I would just click on print view, and I could just print this one page for an actual hard copy packet. So I have a lot of people that ask, when I first started real estate, I picked up most of my buyers just from open houses, and I would have a buyer packet about Howard Hanna, about our services, about everything that we can offer. And I took most of it just from Hanna Presentations. You know, the pages that I really like, inspections required when purchase. Yeah, this one required inspections. I think this is a great one, especially for first-time home buyers that maybe aren't sure. I picked this one out a lot. It's a great way to start a conversation. But again, you click on it, click on print view, And you can print this one and then just have copies ready at an open house. Okay, so we're gonna talk about some of the other options here with like the virtual real estate. So let's say I wanted to just make share that video, that Howard Hanna video, the COVID one. So I'm going to show you all how to make a page. So I'm going to click on my pages and then I have create page. So if you want this to be virtual, which you do, you're probably going to want to click build page. So I find the video that I want to share from YouTube. And if you want to share any video, by the way, in in Hanna Presentations, it does need to be uploaded to a public streaming site like Vimeo, Dailymotion, or YouTube. YouTube is the easiest, and I'm going to go through the whole process to do your own video. So you find any video you want, and then under the share, you just need this link. This link right here, you can copy this, go back to your Hanna presentation, and I usually pick this big one right here. It's just the easiest, and hit create. Right here in the middle is this big button that says video. I can click on that, paste the video link, and now this is part of my presentation. I just click save. So now that custom page is saved. If I close out of this, I'm going to see Howard Hanna COVID response. I can add that. And now I see up here, I've got one page in my presentation. All right, so we're going to add another page. I'm going to show you, everything I'm going to show you is how to really utilize the build page feature. So I'm going to get back to these questions. So I'm going to show you how to actually embed. Sue, you're asking a question right now about adding the Facebook URL. Facebook does not let you share these videos. So just so we're clear for everyone, what I'm doing right now is I'm making a virtual presentation, and it's going to be virtual because everything I'm doing is going to link to a website or a video. From there, I'm going to actually embed the URL. So nothing about this presentation is virtual yet, but it will be. So just hold on. This is the first time you guys are rushing me, right? Okay, so I'm going to click on this build page, and this is a great, this is a really cool feature. You can actually embed a website in here. So I'm going to go to the Howard Hanna virtual one. Okay, so I actually want this website in my presentation. So I'm gonna make sure that I copy this entire link. Make sure that you have the HTTPS, the secured, the full URL. I'm gonna copy that. And then again, I'm just gonna pick this same option right here, that full frame. Okay, this is gonna look crazy and difficult, but I swear it's not. I just learned it like a week ago. All right, so under this more button, you're gonna see a toolbar come up with a lot of crazy looking items. The Earth right here, the globe, that typically means that it's for the internet. I'm gonna click on that, and you can put in whatever URL you want. Some you'll notice, like I tried Facebook, some do not actually allow you to share, like embed the website. So you'll notice that, but there's, if that's the case, just find a different one. So I'm copying that URL, and then the width, I would probably put it 80% because you want people to see that embedded in here and they can scroll. So make sure you can't just put 80, you have to put the percent sign. And then I talked to someone from Moxie, they recommended at an 800 pixel height. I'm gonna put it to the top and hit okay. All right, so I just put in the URL. I'm not worried about anything else. Click scroll bars actually. That's all that I need. So it looks like there's a lot more stuff going on. There's not. I'm gonna hit okay. It doesn't look like much happening right now. We'll center it. You're not gonna see the frame embedded until you click save. So here it is. I can actually see the website is in here, and they could click on these buttons and then be directed to that. So the point of having everything kind of embedded in here is that they're never going to leave the presentation. They can see the YouTube videos in here. They can see the website. You don't have to have them actually leave this to go to a different site. So I have my saved, or I've saved it. I just find it down here. I'm going to click add. So another thing that we've been talking about to really start helping people with the confidence in the market is some of our buyer and seller programs. So I'm going to show one more page here, and then we're going to save this as a template that you'll be able to add information to. So under create page, I'm going to do another build page. And in this case, I'm going to pick this one. We're going to get a little more crazy. Actually, you know what? Maybe let's get even crazier. No, I think it's this one actually that I am going to use. Okay, so here is one that I can actually have 4 videos in here. If you go to the Howard Hanna site, there's so many great options of videos that you'll be able to find. There's one that explains, you know, seller programs. There's one that explains buyer programs. You could search through here, quality service. Let's say I wanted to share that one. I can actually put all 4 of these videos on one page. So this would be a really cool thing to actually have your sellers or your buyers videotape a testimonial, and then you can upload those and then share them. So you could have video testimonials. This is also great if there's managers on to have agents that are really happy, you know, share some videos about Howard Hanna and make a recruiting presentation that you can then share that link. And that's what we're going to get to here. So I'm just going to quickly add some photo or add some, you know, HannaCon. That's a fun event to share. All right, so let's say that you finished adding all of these videos, and then you wanted to just add a header that said, you know, what is this page about? This plus sign right here, you can click that. And if I don't want to, maybe I just want the one, I can do that, hit OK, and I can just type in like, learn more about Howard Hanna, everything we have to offer. Or you can add your own, you know, image if you have an image that you've uploaded. So like I created one a while ago. No, here's sellers, and I could have videos about virtual real estate for the sellers. If I like it, I click save, and then it goes back into my page library. So I'm going to show you some of the things that I've actually downloaded to give you an idea. So the virtual buyers page. So this one I just created. I made this title. And then this is a page, an image that marketing shared with us. So you could send this out to people. This is what we're doing right now. Here's our virtual presentation about everything I can offer you. So if I wanted to add that, I would just click add. Virtual sellers, same thing. If I like it, I click add. You know, virtual tours. So here's, I added a GIF, which you can do. You can download GIFs and add those, which is kind kind of cool. If anyone is interested on how to do that, I will make a quick YouTube video and post that. I'm not going to share that now just because it's a little bit more time intensive. So now I'm going to click back to my pages, and I have all of my fun, you know, my video here. You guys would probably have your title page if I wanted to add a title page. Again, it's under the brokerage pages. So now I have my virtual real estate presentation. What you should do from here is click on this view button, and you're going to actually get a URL. So I'm going to click view web. This very ugly looking URL is a live presentation. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to give you guys a cool tip here. What you can do is actually embed a link in your open to close registration or an email that you send. So I'm going to just go to a Word document just to copy and paste a link. I'm going to go to insert and then hyperlink. Text to display, learn how we're doing business during COVID-19. And then under here where it says the address, I'm going to do the web address, and now I have a link. I'm going to actually put this link. I can put this in my email signature. I can copy this and put this in my open to close. Let's see here. And that's another thing I'm going to show everyone is how you can actually put these links into your open to close presentation. I see some questions coming up, so I'm going to get to those right now. So if you embed a Howard Hanna web link in the presentation, does that allow them to click and find the link? Okay, so great question. If you're using a Howard Hanna link and you want to make sure that it's going back to you, then just so everyone is clear, I wonder if this would work as well, but everyone has their own website. It's just their first and last name at howardhanna.com. And there it is. So all that you would need to do, actually, Jacqueline, this is a great point. I could copy and paste any link from the Howard Hanna website and just change that www to have your name, whatever your website would be. And then you could share that and it would show all your information, right? It's my stuff in the header. Links would then go to me. Okay, so I've got two people that are asking me to repeat from what step. I'd love to show you guys again. All right, so can you embed an HH link in the Real Scout intro? I don't think so. I wish, but we will get to how you can do that, add to your Real Scout intro. Okay, yeah, so Sue, if you just change whatever your website would be. So I want everyone to know that everything that's on Howard Hanna, if it's the www, it's just our basic site, but all of those are linked to you as an agent. So if you put your name in there, so I'll show you the difference here. People are asking. The www, this is just the regular Howard Hanna virtual site. You don't see any of my information at the top. If I wanted to, I can just change that, and this is true for any Howard Hanna site. I put in mine, and then this will all lead to me. I'm not sure how the virtual buttons would work. I would have to check with marketing about that, but at least you would have this look branded to you. Just want to remind everyone, this will be recorded. It is being recorded. It will be shared on YouTube. You can watch it again, pause it. For people that want to see the links again. So all you need to do is once you found a video. So I made a video that said meet Kate Lesueur. So I just made a video. I recorded it on a free version of Zoom. All right. Oh, we don't need to listen to that. Okay. So it's a great place I paused it. So I have a video of myself. You can make a video of you just recording yourself. Let me tell you what's going on with the market right now during, COVID, how we're handling this, whatever you want to say. It doesn't need to be scripted. But again, I could click that share, copy this link. So for those of you who asked to see this again, I'm just on YouTube. I copied this link. I'm going back to my presentation and I'm going to add a page. Create new, you have to build it. I'm just picking the most basic one. I hit create. I'm going to go to video and then I just paste that link and hit add. And there I am, get to know Kate Lesueur. And there I am embedded. Okay, let's see. I saw a couple things. In the chat, if you guys have some questions, just make sure that you do put some of those questions in the Q&A. So a GIF are little images that move. They repeat every 8 to 10 seconds. Howard Hanna is on Giphy. So here are, look at all of these fun Howard Hanna GIFs. You can just click on these and, embed, download, copy the link. But just so you guys saw this website, I will put in the chat an email came out from marketing with all of this information as well. So if you want to make your own video, I do the recording on Zoom and then I copy it to YouTube. I just upload to my YouTube channel with this button right here, and then I share that link. So I'm going to show you guys. We're going to do a quick buy side, or we can do a buyer packet. I'm only going to do one more thing with Hanna Presentations before we move on to Open to Close and Real Scout. But let's say that I like this presentation. At the bottom it says save as template. So I could open this up at any point and add pages, delete pages, because I've created its own template. So custom, I'm going to just say COVID-19. I hit save. And then maybe if I spoke to someone about this, maybe I spoke to a buyer about it, I could add some buyer pages. Maybe I talked to a seller and I want to delete some pages and add some. You can do it that way and then just share that link. So view, again, web, and then copy this link and send it to your buyer or seller. The title page for with Howard Hanna, I'm not sure which title page we're referring to, but you can add stuff from the brokerage pages. Okay, I want to make one more presentation that I'm going to actually put into my Open to Close email. So this is I think this is a great feature I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to click Create New. And then I'm going to do another non-listing just for the sake of time. If you pick the seller listing and you pick the new template, the buy side pages are already in there. So you can click that and then delete pages, add pages as you see fit. So I'm going to my no template again. And I'm going to make a buyer presentation that I'm going to actually share in my open to close. So once we go back to having open houses, I'm going to have all of this stuff in there. So I'm just going to go add from library, and we'll add the cover page, and then brokerage pages. Just find the ones that you want. So I'm not going to spend much time here. I would just, a couple pages. To our valued customers, built on tradition, find some FAQs. So I'm just adding some, the buyer process, nothing too crazy. So you'll notice every time I click add, this page number is going to go up. And then I'm going to add a couple pages that I've actually downloaded from Hanna. So now I'm not going to show you how to actually do the create a page. You've already created a PDF, and I'm going to have you upload those. So I click on my pages, and I'm going to create a page. You'll notice we're not going to click build page this time. We're going to click upload PDF. And I'm going to find the page on my computer. So we all know I love my marketing materials. I'm going to add Real Scout. These are from Hanna. A Real Scout for the customer. And then I created one that has some, a little checklist in it as well. I think people that were on the NAR class with me probably got a copy. Okay, so I have home search the way it was meant to be. This is already on Hanna, so it explains how great Real Scout is. I'm going to click save. Did it save? I hope it saved. Yeah. Okay, so I'm adding these pages. And then, great idea that I did this morning. I actually made a video about how Real Scout works and why you should want to use it. So I'm going to build a page with a cool header in this one. So I'm going to go to create page and then build page. Once you have some videos, you can call me and we can walk through some of this. But again, this is recorded. It will be available online. So I'm going to click the big one right there, and I'm just going to add a header option. So I made an image on Canva, and I'm going to upload it now. So now you're seeing the whole step-by-step process. So I click upload, and I'm going to find the little ad that I made, or image that I made. I'm going to click on that and click add. All right, it's a little pixeled, could probably look better. And then I uploaded a video to my YouTube account. All right, so I'm just on, here's my YouTube dashboard. You'll notice that this is unlisted, meaning that it's not available unless someone actually has the link. You can't see this. So I made a video. That goes through and explains exactly what your buyer can do. So I'm going to send this out in my email from open to close. I click share, just like I did on the last set. I'm going to copy this link. Oh, where am I? Where's my presentation? Oh, okay. All right. And then again, I click video. I'm just going to add that. And now I have an embedded video that I can share with people that says, look how great this tool is. You'll get this through, me at Howard Hanna. So it's added. I just want to make sure it's in my library, and you're going to notice that pages are in your library forever until you delete them. So you don't need to upload it more than once. It's going to be there. It's on the cloud. And now I have a 10-page, you know, here's my buyer packet. Getting started, I'm just going to move some things around the buying process. You know, Real Scout video first, and then I'll put in my for the customer. So again, this view web option, this is what I want to share and open to close. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm doing everything that I just did. So for those of you who said, can you repeat it? I'm doing everything I just did. It's just a different topic. I'm going to go to Word. And typically we're on this home button. I'm going to click on Insert and then hyperlink. You know, why more buyers pick Kate was sold. And then I put in the address for my buyer packet. I hit OK. And now I have a link that I'm going to put in my open to close. I'm going to copy that, just like, you know, Control C. And when I open open to close, under my settings, you have your email templates. Here's my, you know, little open house. I can just click, or I mean, I can just paste, Control V, and now I actually have a link in my open to close email that can go to all of those buyers once I have an open house that I'm hosting with this information. I'm going to just click save that template, and we are all set. Now that presentation is actually in here for those buyers to get. So a question about the template. If I create a template and then go back and change it, it would not change that template unless you hit save as and then change it. So you can make that template and then just change, you know, just like you would if it was a regular Word doc and you wanted to edit something, just save as and then make it whatever that new template would be. You can also click save as template after you've edited the other template and just make a different one. Okay, so great question. How do I share a presentation with team members so that they can use it? This is a great question. So when I'm in Hanna Presentations, under this More button, you're going to see Assign to Agent or Add Co-Presenter. If I click Assign to Agent, my name is off of this presentation entirely. That means if I sent this, you know, to my mom, Kate LeSueur would be off of it, and it would just have Kathy LeSueur. I wouldn't be able to edit it or have any access to this ever again. If I click Add Co-Presenter, so we'll just search. So I can add a presenter, and now when I click on this, you're going to see, oh, she's going to not like me right now. You're going to see both names. And then when you click down, you click through, I don't have the page in here, but if I were to add the agent profile page, both of them would be in there. So I'll show you two of the things that I made for Real Scout. I think some people got it if they were on the earlier NAR class a couple weeks ago. But this Real Scout for the customer, I downloaded this from GoHanna. You can all search on GoHanna Real Scout for the customer, and you would have this. You could download it, no problem. It's already up there for you. The Real Scout preferences, this is one that I just created on Publisher. So I think I sent out an Excel file of all of these. So if you have someone that wants to go through, you know, all the profile parts in Real Scout and they don't want to do it on a computer, or maybe you want to give this to them in like a buyer packet, they can just click through what they like, what they dislike, and then put it in for them. For people that want to use the marketing images I've already created, some maybe, but you'd have to have a Canva account and I would have to share it. But a lot of these, I mean, are just very simple. I just click create design and then I do like a YouTube thumbnail or I don't know, whatever. I mean, I'm not doing too much with these. I'm just kind of finding the template and then putting in images. So it's not like I've actually created them. As one more thing, you know what, I do apologize. I wanted to show everyone. So this is a question I get all the time. Why can't my testimonials be part of my presentation? All of you listen up. This is probably one of the most popular questions. So I'm going to click add page and then create new. I'm going to build one and I'm going to find my reviews. So again, I'm picking the big option here. So I'm on my reviews page and I'm just going to copy this URL. Then I go back to my presentation. And again, if it's a URL I want to embed, I got to do the iframe. So I'm going to show you this again. I click iframe. I put in that URL with the HTTPS at the beginning. The width, I want people to be able to see that you can scroll. I'll hit OK. We'll make this centered. I'll click save. And now all my testimonials are going to be embedded, so people who look at my presentation can actually see this and it'd be updated, you know, in real time. Okay, any questions about Hanna Presentations and the URL or creating the videos? Mick, Jackie is not my mom. Kathy LeSueur is my mom. Jackie is my boss. Well, I guess they're both my boss, Jackie and my mom. Yep, so the testimonials will update if someone were to give me a testimonial, because this is pulling the iframe of the URL. If someone were to add one, Karen, it would update. I have someone asking to see Jackie's headshot again, and I can't do that to her. All right. So just again, some other ideas for those of you that want to start making videos and embedding them. So this morning, I made that video. I just did it on the free Zoom. We're not going to watch it again. Okay. So I just recorded this morning. I mean, you can see it's the exact same outfit. Once I recorded it on the free Zoom, I go to my YouTube page and I just uploaded that video. All right, when I uploaded it, I put in whatever the title is that I want. We'll maybe make a different thumbnail there. And then I put it as unlisted so that it's not available for everyone to see, but only people who have the link. And then I just click save. I can now share this video on my Hanna Presentations in my open to close wherever I want to. All right, let's get out of Hanna Presentations. So an iframe is how you're taking a website. It's just the tech. You're taking a website and you're embedding the frame from the website into a different website. So I'm basically taking the reviews from my website and putting them into my Hanna Presentations. If you want to share a website, so you wanted to do this for Howard Hanna Virtual, you want to do this for your testimonials, if you have a different website you want to do it with, you would have to, I mean, even like the school system for the neighborhood, whatever you'd want, you would have to use the iframe and then paste that URL in there. What if you have an iPhone? To record is fine. I think that's what you're asking. So you don't have to use Zoom, although I think it's a better picture of my face than if I were just holding the phone. Again, I can record myself on my phone, and I have the YouTube link or the YouTube app on my phone, so I just upload it that way. All right, so let's get out of this. Let's go to open to close. Okay, so yes, good question, Tom. I think what I find, so Tom is asking for the width and the pixels. I put it at 80% width for the iframe, and then the pixels are at 800. I will tell you, when I first started doing this, I didn't put in the percent or the px for pixels, and it never worked. So make sure that you put in 80% for the width and then 800 px for the pixels. All right, so now we're going to make our virtual open house tour. Okay, let's say that I wanted to invite people and I wanted to try to get that, that lead information. I'm on open to close and I'm gonna click add property. And I'm not gonna do anything over here. I'm gonna put my website. And then I'm gonna put live virtual tour. And I had already created an image just for the sake of time on Canva. And I'm not going to fill anything else out. I'm going to put add property. So let's say I had a couple that I was doing open, or maybe I didn't want to have to keep adding links. Maybe I was doing like a Zoom tour or a Facebook Live. Oh, they just changed this image on us. All right, so I'm going to click on edit sign-in form. Oh, you guys are the first to know, because I didn't even know this was a thing. I looked yesterday. Virtual open house invitation. This is now live. So they had talked about this at the webinar, 2 weeks ago. So this looks like it's now live, which is pretty great. You can use these. I will probably have to make a quick tech tip on that, but we came in here to change some of the questions. So add a question. I would create a custom question in this case that has multiple choice. So let's say you're hosting a couple homes open and you only want to use one Zoom link or one Facebook Live link, whatever it is. You know, which property are you interested in? And then you could actually put, you know, I want Main Street. Or maybe there's, you know, West. I don't know, Elm Road, and you can actually let them, you know, pick which property they're interested in, and then you could take that information and add them to Real Scout, put them in a custom search in Real Scout. So once I'm done, I'll just hit create custom question, and you could make that custom question, I mean, anything. If you're only doing one live open house, you could ask, you know, do you want more, you know, information on virtual real estate? Do you want to know about the teams? Do you want to know about our mortgage offerings? Or here's a list of things, you know, the money back guarantee, whatever you want that question to be, you can change it. I just picked that for the sake of time. Oh, so this is obviously asking me for a link. In that case, I would add, you know, whatever this live tour is, since I don't have that. All right, I'm going to show you how you can actually share. So Spacio link, I'm going to click copy, and I could actually post this link on Facebook. Let's go to Facebook. So I could actually post this link on Facebook asking people to register for my open house. And hopefully this preview looks pretty. I was hoping that you would be able to see the image that I created. But I could put, register for my open house this weekend, going live at whatever, property that is. The great thing about being able to use that link is I could actually make my template go out, or my email go out immediately with all of those features about the virtual open house. Okay, so I've scrolled back down and I'm going to go send auto email, and I'll just make this one go out immediately. And I'm just changing it for just this property. I'm going to hit save. And then under my email templates, so maybe I'm not going to say great to meet you, but like, our first virtual tour, you'll have to remember to change this, obviously. And you could fill in that information. And again, if you made a presentation about how you're handling things virtually, you could add that. You could do, why people are picking buyers, why they're picking you to be their buyer's agent. Whatever you want that to say, you can just paste that in there. What I recommend in your marketing materials file, create your templates for being able to copy and paste. If you've already spoken with someone about Real Scout, so they know what to expect, and you can kind of give them a little bit, let them go in a little bit more in depth, I can just copy and paste this into my Real Scout email. There's a more simple explanation, and then I have my open to close. I would put every single open to close email. So if you have one that's for virtual real estate, for not virtual real estate, if you're using this to register for, I don't know, anything else, make sure you just have those copied and pasted into a Word doc so you don't really ever lose them. Okay, so I had mentioned what a GIF was just a moment ago, but again, it's just, it's a quick animated image that kind of moves back and forth. You can look at what GIFs are by going to giphy.com and looking at Howard Hanna. So these are all images that have some type of animation. That is a GIF. For those of you that are ready to make some videos and want to set up a YouTube page, you just have to have a Gmail account, and then when you go to YouTube, it says, log in or create account, and then you click in with your same Gmail Gmail email and password, and you have a YouTube account. It's free. It's really easy. And then you should download the app on your phone. I think, so someone's asking about how they would do virtual tours. Do you do a video tour? Do you do existing photos? I don't think there's a problem doing any of that. In fact, if you wanted to practice, so you could actually do a Zoom video screen share and walk through the property, with the images, and just talk about the home, and then share that link and see how that looks. And you could share that link in an open to close email, send it to your sphere. Like, really excited to tell you guys about this property, especially for those in states where you're not allowed to go to the property. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, so I showed you how to actually add the property. You want to edit the questions, and you want to change that email that gets sent out. So once that's done loading. So I think about this with recruiting as well. Managers, you could always make one that says, learn about, interested to learn about Howard Hanna, and send out a Spacio link, and in your email back to them, you could actually have a link, a presentation about all of our features and what we can do for agents. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you when it comes to open to close is under integrations. You're going to see Moxie Present. So Moxie Works is our Engage. That's already turned on. Moxie Present is Hanna Presentations. It's a Moxie product. We call it Hanna Presentations. But you can turn this on and actually make a presentation about the property. And this is probably going to be a little more helpful when we are allowed back to normal. But you can turn that on, and then in those properties, you'll be able to actually share a Hanna presentation about that home. So when I go to more and then edit sign-in form, I thought I turned it on. Did I just turn it off by accident? Okay, so you should have an option that will let you copy a URL into your sign-in form. And that message then that goes out So I'm sorry, guys, they changed this on me today, and I am not sure where all of that stuff is. So I will get back to you on where you can add those presentations. I do prefer the embedding, which I showed you. Just copy that link. You can make it in like a Word document and then send that in your email template. So here they can actually click on these when it gets sent out, and now you have a buyer presentation going to all of your open house guests. I don't believe you have to add any question. It's once the integration is on, it should be there. It always was until the new change. I'm sure it's there somewhere. I just have to find it, and I'm not gonna waste time while everyone's on the webinar to do that. The buyer side valuation link. That is a genius idea. So let's go to your home valuation site. So you could actually, what a great way to get more of a lead as well. You could probably take this post, copy this, and I'm just using my Word document to be able to create the hyperlink. So insert hyperlink, find out what your home is. And then I put in that web address. I hit OK. This is a great idea. I'm just going to copy that. And I could put that right under here. I just pasted it in there, and now I have a link to find out what your home is worth. Maureen, that's a great idea. Okay, so we talked about editing your message, creating a property on open to close, and adding a presentation. Now we are going to get to Real Scout. So we pretty much got through the majority of the class. There's just a few more things and they're pretty simple. Oh, I want Real Scout. Okay, so what I recommend for people that are using Real Scout is that you really want to use it to differentiate yourself from other people in the market, or I guess it locked me out. That it's a great way to get buyers. Absolutely tell them that it provides exclusive listings that would not be available on like a public aggregator. That's actually in the video that I created that tells them how great it is, and it's only available through Howard Hanna. If you want an example of what I wrote, so I have, this is software, not only does it pull homes that match your criteria, but are exclusive listings. You're literally one of the first people to view this property, click on a home to get started. So I just tell them how to get started with it. There's like an easy little thing that I can just copy and paste. So what we're gonna do with Real Scout, so under, here we go. Under my account and then my profile, this is probably what you'd want to edit. So I'm just going to click on edit there. And because I've already written this out, this is going to be I'm putting my simple explanation in there. I'm doing that one because you all know that once you hit save search, it lets you change whatever you want that to say. So I could always, if I've talked to someone about it, I could always edit this, but I want to put this in there just to remind them how this works. And I'm fairly certain you can actually add a link in that, but this is a great way to explain to buyers what they can do to get the most out of Real Scout. So that's the easiest thing. I just wanted people to know where they're able to do that. And also, when you are back to doing some open houses, I would mention in your open house default message that they're going to get something from Real Scout and to explain how great Real Scout is. So I think that was also in my open to close message. If this house fits your criteria, so I usually ask at open houses what they're looking for, and if they say, oh, we need another bedroom, I'm going to remember that and change it. But I will turn it off if it's not something they want. You'll receive similar listings to the open house from this interactive home search called Real Scout. And then I just put one little line into my open to close just to kind of get them started on it, because I don't want to send too much in this message. I want to make sure that they do read it. Okay, so I have a lot of people asking about this. Let's just try it. So if this doesn't work, you guys are the first to know. I'm fairly certain you're not going to be able to link something in here. It doesn't look like it's HTML, so I'm going to just assume. Yeah, there's not going to be any link attached to it. You could always put something in here that says, follow me on YouTube and see why buyers are using, like you could direct them to the site, but you can't actually embed the link. That would be very great if we could. Yeah, I mean, everyone's asking, I wish. I'll bring that up. So this right here, I've got a lot of people asking if we could put a link in that message. How awesome would that be, right? You could paste the URL. I mean, we could just do it that way. It might not be embedded. So I have like a video. I could copy that link and put it in there. I don't know if it would show up as a link to whoever you're sending it to. That's worth a shot, but it's not going to be a full clickable link. Okay, quick question about Real Scout. So if I have a client that buys a house, I typically don't want to delete them from the system, but I might disable their alert. So if I, here we'll look at Amy, and under this frequency, I might just disable it so I can keep her in there just in case, something comes up. You can delete it if you want, but I usually just disable it. Or what's kind of fun is if you edit this, it's always get me on tangents. If you edit these filters and you just make it in the same area where they bought, but maybe pick like sold, that's a great way to stay top of mind. They're still going to get emails. You can change it from maybe not ASAP, but daily or monthly, or maybe I just want it to go out on Sundays. And now, you can send them a message that says, I just wanted you to stay up to date on what's going on in the area since you've bought. And now in a couple months, maybe when they're really happy in their home and someone asks them if they have a realtor, they're going to remember you because you're sending something out weekly. All right. Yes, Allison, I really want these questions to come up in the town hall tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be the one to do that. If someone wants to do this anonymously, by all means, go ahead. But I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that webinar and just take notes. I think they've got a lot of requests from me enough. I'm telling them to do a lot of things, so I want them to still listen to everything I'm asking for. Okay, so as we've got 2 more things and our timing is not that bad. The next thing I want to show you is editing your message on neighborhood news. So I'm going to go to my Engage. I hope you guys are getting some great ideas. I was really excited to show you some of this stuff. And honestly, a lot of things I added last night, some ideas I had. So if you have a question about something, just email me. Again, this will be recorded. But a lot of this stuff, I just come up with it because I go in here and I start playing around with things. Okay, so under neighborhood news, you're going to click on the gear in the right corner and go to Engage Settings. You scroll all the way down, this black column is going to have kind of your menu bar. You're going to see neighborhood news all the way at the bottom. And you're going to click on that and you're going to edit this message. Please, everyone on this webinar, change that default message. I can't stand it. All right. So what you can do, and actually I think I've just changed mine because if you notice, they updated neighborhood news. You can pick entire county, city, you can pick a price point, you can pick beds, baths. The neighborhood news has really updated. So I went back to my Word doc and I have my neighborhood news message. So I'm just going to copy this that I've already written, and I suggest everyone does it in a Word document first. I'm going to click edit and I'm going to paste. I'm going to leave the link to full report in there. That's the clickable link. But when I send this out in bulk, I just pick my own zip code. So I actually put that in there. I use my own zip code so you get an idea of what you'll see, but you can change to any zip code. Actually, I might change this to any neighborhood you want. And then, it's a great way to stay updated on the housing market in an area. Feel free to contact me. And now when I send that in bulk, which if you want to learn how, my people. And then if I select all, add to neighborhood news, the quick is the old version, the custom is the crazy version. If I'm doing this for a huge group, I'm going to just click quick. And then you'll notice it says enter the same zip code for everyone. If I click that, I can put in my own zip code, but what you need to know is if you do that, it's going to actually override any zip code that's in there. So I hit apply to all and then subscribe and continue. A question that I got, I believe in the request was how do I know who was sent neighborhood news and what if I only want to send to different people? Well, I'm going to show you. What is it? Let's click up. So under filters, I can click campaigns and then not subscribed to neighborhood news. and it would find the people that have not subscribed. If they've unsubscribed, it won't resubscribe them as long as it's not the same zip code. So if you always use your zip code and they've unsubscribed, they're not going to get it again. Don't worry about spamming them. But that's a great way to send it to everyone in bulk who you haven't already sent it to. I told you the neighborhood news one was easy, right? All right, so the last thing. Oh, great question. So should the husband and wife be under one contact or separate? So the way that the people are divided in Engage is everyone has to have their own profile. You can't actually merge a married couple. So what I would suggest is you could just send it to them both. And then maybe if you send it separate, you could reach out and say, I didn't know who to send this to. I thought maybe you'd both be interested. But they can just unsubscribe one of them. All right, last thing we're going to do is your buy-side valuation tool in your email signature and in social media. And then I had some questions about how to add a video to Canva, so I'm going to stay on and show that. The client can change the criteria in neighborhood news, no problem at all. What I suggest people do is send themselves neighborhood news and then act as a client and see everything you can do. If you do want to do that, and this is very important for everyone to listen, and you could talk to anyone in education, you cannot, if you're ever trying to set yourself up as a client on any of these programs, do not use your Howard Hanna email. It gets really confused with the system and it doesn't know what dashboard to provide you or what access to provide you. So please use a different email address. And if you can, clear all the cookies out of your email or out of your internet before you click on any of those client portals. Okay, so the last thing is the buy-side signature. This is last, even though it is one of our most important tools right now because you have been bombarded with emails, I believe, from buy-side. But I just want to show everyone how easy this is, and then we will do the Canva video for those who want to stay on. So I click on buy-side. And then under your marketing suite, you're going to go to the home valuation site and share on social media. It's going to give you 181 options to share this to. So please just do that. It's a great way to get leads. I'm going to show you where those leads will populate. And then the signature, this is already an embedded link. So you just need to copy this. So, and then paste this. So I'll show you. I'm going to use my Outlook. Oop. All right, I'm going to go to options and then mail, signatures. So I'm going to just add a signature here. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm going to find out how much your home is worth, spelled correctly. Now I'm trying to go a little fast. I'm going to highlight my text and then the chain link next to the globe. I'm just going to do it. It looks exactly like it does when we did it on Word. I'm just going to paste that, hit OK, and now that's in my signature. That is a great way to get leads. Where you find those leads under the marketing suite and then my leads. You're going to see anyone that has checked, if they didn't actually put in their information, it's going to typically pull the owner data. So I think Swan is on here. So a friend of mine in Columbus, because I put this on my Facebook, I'm pretty sure it was him that was checking it because I recognize that name. When someone signs in and they claim their address, when they check what their home is worth, it's going to look like this. It's going to be all claimed and verified. All right, so okay, neighborhood news. Question about neighborhood news that goes out the same day every month. So if I sent that today, it would go out May 30th, and then June 30th, and then July 30th. So it's the same day each month. All right, so I wanted to show one last thing that was a request from the emails that went out. Okay, Erin, you should look and see if it was sent. So if you've claimed your address, I had an agent that claimed their address and then wanted to see the report, maybe check and see if it says that it was sent. Otherwise, we can touch base offline and I will tell them that we don't think those reports are going out. All right, so I'm going to show one last thing, but I do have a class at 1, so I've got to kind of move it here. So the last thing I want to show everyone, people asked about Canva videos on Canva. So if you wanted to put a video into Canva very easily, I'm just going to hit create design. I'll do a YouTube thumbnail. So I created that Zoom about buy side, right? I just told everyone I recorded myself on buy side. So I'm in my Canva account. I need one that has a good, perfect. All right. So we're just going to change some of this around so it doesn't look so ugly. All right. And not that this is crucial, but I can't handle all the random colors. Okay. So I'm going to put, you know, learn about Real Scout, or in this case, it could be an actual address. And then when you go to your uploads, you'll notice images and videos. And you can just upload a video. So there I am. That is my YouTube video. It's just uploaded. So I just literally, yeah. Okay, I just literally dragged that Zoom video into here to upload it. And then I can actually download this video. I need to stop stopping it when I look so terrible. I could download this, and then this video could be uploaded to YouTube, and it actually will have, you know, the actual address on there, or I don't know, whatever you want it to say. Someone asked me about that because if you follow me on Facebook, you would notice that one of my last posts is a video with the information about MarTech, and I did this on Canva, just the way that you saw. Well, thank you for those of you who stayed on that entire time. The color, so you do have to sign up for Canva yourself. It's free. Everything I've ever showed on any of these webinars is free. I'm never telling you need to pay for anything. So please, please know that. I hope this gave you guys some great ideas for where to put presentations, how to do some really cool things. If you want the Hanna brand colors, I can send these out. You just have to remind me, or I could put this online somewhere on my Facebook maybe. But here are the brand colors if you want to screenshot that. The RGB, I typically use this when I'm in Word, and then the hex, I use this when I am in Canva. All right, so much slower, I hope, right? Do we see, are we not seeing the screen? Oh, I do this a lot, don't I? Where I just start talking about what's on my screen right after someone said I'm a great teacher. It's not even on my screen. There you go. So the hex, by the way, that's what I use for Canva. The RGB is what I typically use for Word. But this is available, I believe it is on GoHanna. For those of you that want to be reminded some of the great presentations you could make, I always suggest recording yourself, make a video, introduce yourself, upload it to YouTube, put it on Hanna Presentations in your website, do some really great things with how that URL, remember when you go to Hanna Presentations and you share let's see here. I just want everyone to remember when you go to Hanna Presentations, make sure that you click on the web view and then share that URL. So make a presentation about a neighborhood, add schools information, add neighborhood information, a buyer one, buy side prospecting, COVID, virtual real estate if you need one, an about me, about Howard Hanna. If you're a manager, a recruiting one wouldn't be a bad idea. I created, I'll just show you, I created one just about training that I could send this link, to someone on the training team. And I made all of this in Canva, and then I just uploaded it. So here's my YouTube video to meet me that talks about training. I could actually embed this link onto my website, but just a really quick presentation, and you could do this for anything. Just remember that this is a dynamic URL that we are probably not utilizing enough. All right, so I better eat because I got a class in 40 minutes. Let me know if you have any other questions. You should probably all have my, my info. And as soon as this is up, so if you do not follow me on YouTube, it will be up on YouTube. It will also be available in the, I believe it's sent out to the town square. We'll have, all of the MarTech refresh follow-up, but my YouTube channel is in the chat. You can subscribe to that. That will be the first place you will find this. All right. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this, and please send me an email if you have a request. I think the next class I'm going to try to convince Jackie to let me do is mobile app and video editing. That will probably be for a little bit more advanced group, but it will be recorded and a ton of fun. Send me an email if you've got any requests, and thanks again.